Pioneer fans, Pioneer men's JV basketball is live and on the air. We are live at the main gym here at Pioneer High School, where it is your Pioneer men's JV basketball team taking on the Saline Hornets. Always a great showdown between these two teams as we are getting ready to go. Everyone is getting warmed up as running just a little bit tight because we had to race over from my day job. But let me get a couple things set here, and we'll be able to get you a couple PSAs and things of that nature. Taking a look at Saline, they have, if I take a look at the schedule for their JV team, they have 11 wins, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 and 5 on the season for the JV squad. As we're going to pull this over here, and let's step away as we have about just 6 minutes and 30 seconds ready to go. As perfect, our scoreboard is working perfectly there. That's going well as they got the scoreboard right. Decided to not display things, as luckily we have two scoreboards here in the main gym. So they got those working, and it's counting down for us here. So you can see we have about 6 minutes, 23 seconds left to go before we hop into this JV contest. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will be back. You're watching Pioneer Men's JV Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we're about to clock about to hit 0, about to hop into this contest between your Pioneer men's junior varsity basketball team versus the Saline Hornets. The freshman game, it was Saline who won the freshman game 40-60. The JV squad will hope to turn and swing things the other way and get a big victory versus Saline. As it will be opening tip as for Pioneer. It's Lee out there on the other side trying to see the number, as that looks like it's Keys on the other side. As that ball popped up and gathered up by Pioneer, ahead over on the near wing is Houston McCoy. Gets it over to Harrison. Harrison moves over to Tyson McCoy just on the block A's. And bounce pass over to Lee on the far wing. Lee gets it over into the far corner and skied all the way over as Right now, Harrison has it. Top of the key, moves it over to Rink on the far wing. Rink gets it back to Tyson McCoy. Top of the key, now over on the near wing. Harrison has it. Harrison gets a screen from Lee. Comes to the free throw line. Over to Tyson McCoy on the far sideline. Back over Houston McCoy for 3. Then off the back of the rim, trying to tip it over. Lee with the rebound. Gets it over to Rink. Back over on the near wing. Harrison over to Rink now. Tyson McCoy right on the blockades just inside of half court. Today, no Micah Powell, as he is ill. We hope he feels better and gets healthy soon. Tyson McCoy gets it underneath the Rink. Rink up, and that is blocked. Lee trying to grab it, but that pulled down. Here comes the Hornets the other direction as Carr gets it underneath as Harris underneath the basket. Bounce pass over on the far side. Racing ahead, Klein puts it up off of the rim. Pulled down by Lee. Here comes Pioneer the other direction. Scoreless so far. 7 minutes left to go. As Tyson McCoy drives to the basket, picks up the foul. As that foul is going to be on Van Haften.
Foul is on number
11, sorry. Nope, that's going to be Carr, not Van Haften. Shooting 2 is the 2 I saw. Tyson McCoy at the line, looking to break the 0-0 score. That rattles around and home. Tyson McCoy with the first points of the game, 1-0 Pioneer. Tyson McCoy trying to make it 2-0 Pioneer. Early here, 1 minute 3 seconds into the game. Second one rattles around and down. Pioneer up 2-0. Saline to inbound as Klein gets it in. Now bringing ahead is Keys over half court. Keys gets it over to Carr. Carr working his way around the arc over on the far wing. Moved over on the far side to Van Haften. Van Haften to the free throw line. Bounce pass underneath that, put up and in by Harris. As Harris with his first points of the game. 2-2, Pioneer and Saline tied. 6:36 left to go here in the first. Rink has it, top of the key for Pioneer. Moves it back over to Tyson McCoy on the blockades. Tyson McCoy moves it to Houston McCoy just off the top of the key, trying to get it underneath the Rink. That batted back to Houston McCoy. Now Lee over just to the far side of center. Lee coming down the far side of the paint, whistle.
Foul is on number 14.
That's going to be foul on Keys for Saline, second foul on the Hornets. As Pioneer will inbound baseline left over to Harrison. Harrison on the far wing. Harrison trying to work down the baseline, puts it up off glass. Wouldn't go off the front of the rim, pulled down by Harrison. He gets it top of the key over to Rink. Rink over to Houston McCoy on the far wing, comes down to the baseline, kick back out to Rink on the far wing. Now over to Tyson McCoy, top of the key. Tyson McCoy moves over on the near wing, over to Rink, top of the key. Now on the far wing, Harrison has it. Back over to Tyson McCoy just inside of half court. He comes over on the far sideline. Houston McCoy over to Harrison. Harrison coming down that far sideline. Houston McCoy gets it over to Rink. Rink, top of the key, hands it off to Tyson McCoy, making his way around the arc. Back to Rink, top of the key. Bounce pass over to Houston McCoy on the near wing. Gets it back to Tyson McCoy, who gets a screen from Houston McCoy. Now over to Harrison. Harrison comes down the near side of the paint, puts it up. That one falls just short, out of bounds, and that will be Saline ball. 5:21 left to go. Here in the first, knotted up at 2 apiece. Saline to inbound, baseline left, as that's Klein to inbound the ball. Klein skies it over, gets it over to Carr. Carr over half court for the Hornets into the near corner. Carr comes down the baseline, kicks it over on the far wing, as that's picked up by Van Haften. Van Haften gets it back on the far sideline, just inside of half court. Harrison watching Van Haften. Now on the near wing, working his way around his Klein to the near elbow, over to Van Haften, who puts up a 3 off the rim, pulled down, trying to put it up his Keys. That one off the glass, falls off the far side. Houston McCoy with the rebound. Here comes Pioneer, knotted up at 2 apiece. 4:45 left to go here in this, the first. Harrison in the far corner, works his way to the far elbow, now kicks it back. Tyson McCoy for 3, and he drains it. Nothing but net on that one, and it's 5 points for Tyson McCoy. 5-2, Pioneer with the lead over Saline. Saline inbounds it. Carr brings it ahead. Carr down the near side of the paint, tries to put it up off glass, rattles around in home. Carr with his first points of the game, as it is 5-4. Is Pioneer with the 1-point lead. Tyson McCoy over half court. Moves it on the near wing over to Lee. Lee hands off over to Harrison. Harrison, top of the key, comes down the near side of the paint for Pioneer. Harrison has that knocked away. Here comes the Hornets the other direction. Carr into the near corner. Carr for Saline. Makes his way down the baseline, puts it up. That falls just short, pulled down by Lee. Lee underneath the basket, trying to avoid pressure as that will go out of bounds. Nope, foul first as that's going to be on. I believe that's Key. No, that's going to be on Harris, excuse me. Problem is they're showing the numbers to the scorers table across the way, so I can't see them well, but that's okay. 3:48 left to go here in the first. Pioneer 5, Saline 4. That's 3 fouls on Saline this half, none on Pioneer so far. Tyson McCoy for Pioneer over to Lee. Lee, top of the key, over to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Houston McCoy dumps it underneath the Harrison now. Tyson McCoy for 3, and that one just a little long. Pulled down by Keys. Here comes the Hornets. Bounce pass into the backcourt, grabbed by Houston McCoy as he tries to dish it off while falling down. A whistle. Harris picks up the foul. That is his second foul. 4 fouls on Saline, 3 more. Now put Pioneer in the bonus, shooting free throws. Al Kakani on the near sideline gets it over to Tyson McCoy for Pioneer, who brings ahead. Pioneer up by 1, 3:20 left to go. Tyson McCoy to the basket, off glass. That fell off the far side of the rim, knocked out of bounds, and that will be Saline ball. 3:16 left to go here in the first. 5-4, Pioneer with the lead, inbounded to Keys, now bringing it ahead for Saline is Klein over half court. Klein moves it over to Van Haften on the far wing, now over to Keys on the near wing. Hands it off to Carr. Carr just inside of half court. Carr moves it over to Klein. Now back over to Van Haften. Van Haften working against Harrison, moves it over to Carr on the far sideline. Tyson McCoy watching him. Carr gets a screen from Mormon. Carr on the baseline, dishes it underneath the Keys, who puts it up off the glass and in. Keys with his first points of the game. He has 2. Saline now with a 6-5 lead with 2:35 left to go. Pioneer with the ball. Houston McCoy on the far wing. Bounce pass over to Harrison. Harrison works his way onto the far wing now, top of the key, over to Al Kakani. Al Kakani calling out signals, hands off to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy now 3 feet off of the arc, centered up, moves it over to Al Kakani on the far sideline. Al Kakani dribbles to his right, now moves it over to Harrison, top of the key. Harrison comes down the paint, puts it up off glass, and that falls just short, but
Just a brief announcement that our concession stand will be open in the second quarter.
2:04 left to go here in the first. It is the Pioneer ball. Tyson McCoy. Inbound baseline left. Tyson McCoy gets that over to Harrison. Harrison comes to the free throw line now, shoots it from the near elbow. That off glass, pulled down by Saline, bringing him Van Haften. Van Haften down to the near side of the paint for Saline, puts it up off glass, pulled down by Houston McCoy. Now here comes Tyson McCoy down the far sideline for Pioneer, kicks it all the way over to Harrison on the near wing for 3. And off the rim, falls off to the far side. Quickly ahead for Klein for the Hornets. Klein underneath in the paint, and knocked down. Pioneer with the ball, tipped right off of the fingertips, out of bounds. That will be Hornet basketball with 1:33 left to go here in the first. Tight game between these two teams. Now Kikani to inbound, over to over to Tyson McCoy, top of the key. Now over to Harrison on the near wing. He works his way around the arc to the near elbow. Over to Tyson McCoy, lets the blocker fly past, fires up a 3. That falls off the rim to the far side. Carr with the rebound for Saline, over to Van Haften. Van Haften on the near wing, comes down the baseline for the Hornets. Bounce pass underneath, that put up off the rim, but a whistle.
Foul is on, number 21.
Houston McCoy picks up the foul. That's the first foul on Pioneer. That will put Mormon to the line, shooting 2. Mormon spins the ball, puts up the first shot off the rim, and the glass falls off to the near side. Is coming in for Pioneer number 40. I'll double check that. And second shot up, rattles around, wouldn't go down as Al Kikani with the rebound. Here comes Pioneer down by 1, 6-5. Saline with the lead as Harrison has it, top of the key. Over to McVicker. McVicker to Tyson McCoy. About 3 feet off of the arc, centered up. Tyson McCoy comes over on the near wing. Gets it over into the near corner. That is going to be a whistle and a double dribble. That is going to go over to Saline. 50 seconds left to go here in the first. 6-5. Saline with the lead. Carr bounce passes it for the Hornets over to Klein on the near wing. Trying to make his way in his key on the near side of the paint now. Carr for 3. That off the rim, off the glass. Tipped up, wouldn't go. As that ball down on the ground, trying to pull it away was Tyson McCoy. That is going to be a tie-up jump ball. Possession arrow points towards Saline. As Carr has the ball in the backcourt, Tyson McCoy watching him bounce pass over on the far wing to Klein. Klein comes down the baseline into the near corner. 3-pointer by Carr. That off the rim comes down. Here comes Pioneer. Al Kikani racing ahead into the far corner for McVicker. Al Kikani back over. Tyson McCoy has it just inside. 3 seconds left to go. Tyson McCoy puts up a 3 off glass, wouldn't go at the end of the first. It is Pioneer 5 and Saline 6. Let's play a little push on and we'll be right back with the second period. The 8 minutes up on the clock as we're getting ready to go here into the second quarter. So far, it is Tyson McCoy scoring all the points for Pioneer, all 5 fouls. Houston McCoy has a single foul. Over for Saline, it's 2 points for Carr, 2 points for Key, and 2 points for Harris. Harris has 2 fouls, as it is a foul on Keys and a foul on Carr as well, and that is your action so far. 1 foul on Pioneer, 4 fouls on Saline. So again, 3 more fouls, and that'll put Pioneer in the bonus. As they're just double checking the possession arrow. As they get that set. Rinked inbound right in front of us. Pioneer down by 1, 6-5, 8 minutes up on the clock. Tyson McCoy brings it over half court for Pioneer right on the blockades. He's being watched by Ben Afton. Harrison moves it over to Rink for 3, and he hits it. Rink drains the 3. He has 3 points, and it's 8-6. Pioneer up by 2. 7:44 left to go. As quickly into the paint, that put up and in by number 4, who I don't have on my roster. Quickly back over to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy, top of the key, flips it over to Rink, then gets it back. Tyson McCoy over on the far wing to Harrison. Harrison trying to work his way around, gets it over into the near corner for Houston McCoy. Houston McCoy just on the near wing for Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy comes over to the far elbow, gets it underneath the Rink. Rink back over to Houston McCoy at the free throw line. There's a whistle and a travel that will go over to Saline. 7:06 left to go here in the second. 8-8 is our score. All knotted up as Carr has it in the backcourt. Carr bringing it ahead over half court for Saline. Racing down the near wing. And put up, number 4 gets fouled.
Foul is on Pioneer 24.
Fouls on Lee for Pioneer. And puts number 4 shooting free throws. First one is up.
Shooting is Jaden Sabuna.
So Jaden Samuna up and hits it. That is 3 points for him. See if I can locate that name just a little bit. So underneath 7 minutes left to go here in the second. 9-8. Saline with the lead. Tyson McCoy for Pioneer gets it over Harrison for 3 from the far corner. That off the rim, falls off to the far side. Carr with the rebound. Carr brings it ahead. Tyson McCoy watching him as it goes over half court. Over on the far wing is Klein. Klein over to Van Haften. Van Haften as that pulled away. Here comes Harrison the other direction for Pioneer. Pioneer down by 1. Harrison into the paint. Gets it up as Houston McCoy goes up. That ball batted away. Pulled down by Keys. Carr quickly the other direction for the Hornets. Klein down into the paint as Klein collides with Harrison. That is going to be a foul on Harrison. That is the 3rd foul on Pioneer. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 4 on Saline. Carr puts up the first shot. That off the front of the rim. One more shot coming for Carr as trying to make it a 2-point lead for Saline. Right now, it's 9-8. Saline with the lead. Carr puts up the second shot, puts it in. So Carr has 3 points as it's 10-8. Saline with the lead. Tyson McCoy over half court for Pioneer. Gets it over to Rink. Rink off the top of the key, back over to Tyson McCoy, right on the P for Pioneer. Right at center. That moved over to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Houston McCoy back to Tyson McCoy, about 6 feet off the top of the key. Back over to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Over to Harrison. Harrison to Rink, just off the top of the key to the near side. Rink. And over to Tyson McCoy on the near wing. Over to Houston McCoy, top of the key. Houston McCoy works his way around the arc. Gets it back to Rink. Rink, top of the key. Over to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy on the near wing. Tyson McCoy over to Rink, top of the key. Back over to Tyson McCoy, who's just about 5 feet inside of half court. 5:30 left to go here in the second. Pioneer down by 2. Lee has it. Moves it over to Houston McCoy now. Gets it underneath to Harrison on the far side of the paint. Pulled away by Carr. Here comes Saline the other direction. Carr over half court. Carr on the near wing. Kicks it into the near corner for Keys. Keys moves it top of the key. Now over on the far wing for Klein. Carr back on the near wing. Carr being watched by Tyson McCoy. And over to Klein coming down. That put up off the rim. Pulled down by Lee. Now ahead. Harrison for Pioneer. Over Tyson McCoy in the near corner. Down the baseline. Kicks it over. Rink for 3. That off the back of the rim. Trying to pull it down. Houston McCoy tied up. Jump ball as he gets tied up as that will be possessional pointing Saline's way. That ball inbounded. Carr bringing ahead for Saline. Saline up by 2. That tipped away, grabbing it. Saline on the edge of the paint. That pulled down as that'll be a jump ball. Tyson McCoy getting tied up there, as that is going to be Pioneer's ball. They'll inbound baseline right. 4:36 left to go here in the second. Rink hands it off. Tyson McCoy brings that for Pioneer down by 2. Tyson McCoy over half court as he calls out signals. Moves it over on the near wing to Rink. Rink over to Harrison. Harrison just off the near sideline. Harrison now comes top of the key. Harrison over to Tyson McCoy. Comes to the free throw line. Now works his way around the arc. Tyson McCoy. Bounce pass in the paint over to Houston McCoy, who puts it up. Rattles around and home. Houston McCoy with his first points of the game. We're all knotted up at 10 apiece. Saline with the ball as Van Haften brings it ahead, being watched by Harrison. Van Haften gets it over to Klein, just inside of half court. Klein over to Carr. Carr on the side of the paint, puts it up and in. As now Carr has 5 points, as that's 12-10. Saline with the lead. 3:42 left to go here in the second. Tyson McCoy for Pioneer. Over to Houston McCoy on the near wing. Houston McCoy back over top of the key to Harrison. Harrison works his way around the arc. Harrison down the near side of the paint. That underneath trying to get to Lee. Ball on the ground. Whistle. That ball will be out of bounds. It'll be over to Pioneer. 3:27 left to go here in the second. Pioneer inbounds over to Harrison. Harrison just inside of half court for Pioneer. Comes up, centered up. Now gets a little room to work, kicks it on the near wing to Houston McCoy. McVicker, top of the key, over to Rink on the near wing. Rink working his way around the arc, bounce pass over to Harrison. Harrison on the far elbow. Harrison back over to Rink, straight up, three-pointer, that off the back of the rim. Hold down in the far corner, bringing it ahead. Van Haften for the Hornets into the paint. Van Haften puts it up off glass. That rolled off of the rim as Klein able to knock it off of a Pioneer player out of bounds as he was falling away. That will be Saline ball. Saline will inbound. Baseline right. 2:52 left to go here before halftime. 12-10. Saline with the lead. They get it out to Keys on the far sideline. Keys moves it over to Carr. Carr 3 feet inside of half court. Carr moves it over into the near corner for Klein. Klein back to Carr. Carr calling out signals. Carr now over to Klein on the near wing. Klein works his way around the arc, skies it back over to Carr on the far wing. Carr comes to the free throw line. Now on the baseline, gets it over to Key. Key moves it back. There's a three-pointer for Klein. That off the rim, pulled down, out of bounds. That is Pioneer ball. 2:21 left to go here before halftime. 12-10. Saline with the lead. Pioneer with the ball. Al Kakani in as Rink gets a breather. Al Kakani over. Now bringing ahead is Tyson McCoy for Pioneer. Pioneer down by 2. Tyson McCoy on the near wing. Top of the key. Over to Houston McCoy. Houston McCoy over to Al Kakani. Now back to Tyson McCoy. About 4 feet inside of half court. Over on the near wing. Vicker for Pioneer. Moves it over to Harrison. Harrison into the paint. Trying to put it up. And off the back of the rim, but a whistle called. That is going to be on Carr. That is his second foul. That is 5 fouls on Saline, 3 on Pioneer, so 2 more. We'll put Pioneer in the bonus. Harrison to the line shooting 2. Harrison trying to get this game tied up as he spins the ball, dribbles, bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. Harrison with his first points of the game. That makes it a 1-point game. Harrison with the ability to get it knotted up at 12 apiece. As the ball spins, Harrison bends the knees, puts it up. Off the back of the rim, Harrison gets his own rebound, puts up a 3. That rattles as it hit the far side. The near side would not go down, but a whistle. That is going to be on Van Haften. That is his second foul. That's going to be 3 shots for Harrison as he got fouled shooting a 3. So he has the opportunity to give Pioneer a 2-point lead. First shot is up. And that will be just off, wouldn't go in. One more shot coming. Harrison spins the ball, bends the knees, puts it up, puts it in. 2 for Harrison, knotted up at 12 apiece. Harrison with the opportunity to give Pioneer a 1-point lead. 1 minute, 52 seconds left to go before halftime. Harrison puts it up and in. Harrison now with 3 points, and it's Pioneer 13, Saline 12. As Saline trying to bring the ball up, Al Kakani has it as Tyson McCoy blocked it and knocked away from Tyson McCoy out of bounds. That will be Pioneer ball. 1 minute, 45 seconds left to go as Tyson McCoy blocked the pass. It batted up high. Al Kakani got it back to Tyson McCoy. Now inbound to McVicker in the near corner. Al Kakani on the near wing. Over on the far sideline to Harrison. Tyson McCoy back to Harrison, top of the key. Harrison Over on the near wing to Al Kikani. Al Kikani being watched over there by Mormon. Top of the key for Houston McCoy. Now Harrison coming down the baseline. Harrison flips it back out, trying to keep it over as that was tipped. No over and back as Tyson McCoy for three off the back of the rim. As Harrison has it, bounce pass underneath. Al Kikani puts it up. That just a little long. Houston McCoy in the far corner trying to get it, and a whistle. 1:10 left to go here in the second. Pioneer up by 1, 13-12. It's going to be the Saline Hornets ball as they'll inbound baseline left.
30-second
Timeout called. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go. Let's play a quick message from the MHSAA.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
1 minute, 10 seconds left to go here in the second. Pioneer up by 1, 13-12. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 6 on Saline. One more, and Pioneer will be shooting 1-and-1. Saline inbounds the ball over to Van Haften. Van Haften trying to sky it over. That grab ahead, intercepted by Houston McCoy into the far corner for Tyson McCoy, and stolen away by Mormon. Now skied all the way up. Keys underneath the basket. He dunks it in as Keys with 4 points, as it is a 1-point Saline lead, 14-13, 45 seconds left to go before halftime. Tyson McCoy over on the near wing to Al Kikani. Al Kikani gets it top of the key to Houston McCoy. Now Harrison over to Al Kikani. Al Kikani over on the far sideline. Tyson McCoy with it, calling out signals. Tyson McCoy, top of the key, gets it over to Harrison. Harrison over Al Kikani. Al Kikani on the far sideline over Houston McCoy, top of the key. On the near wing to Harrison. Harrison dishes it off to Tyson McCoy. 18 seconds left to go. Pioneer playing for the last shot. And trying to get it. Van Haften trying to jump the pass. Tyson McCoy able to grab onto it. Hands off to Al Kikani, but then gets it back. Moves it underneath. Al Kikani over to McVicker. McVicker puts it up and in. McVicker with McVicker with his first points of the game. And Pioneer takes a 1-point lead, 15-14 into this halftime. So let's play some messages from the MHSAA. We will be right back with your second half action. It is Pioneer 15 and Saline 14 at the halftime break.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are heading back from the halftime intermission, it is Pioneer 15, Saline 14, heading into the third. Saline ball as Klein will inbound right in front of us. Klein, Carr, Van Haften, Harris, as well as Keys out there for the Hornets. And inbounded to Carr. Carr brings it ahead. Tyson McCoy watching him. Carr coming down the far side. Gets that over. Now Carr on the near wing, trying to get it to Keys in the far corner. Back to Carr on the near wing. Top of the key. Carr thought about three. Now on the far elbow. Tries to dish it underneath, and a little miscommunication that goes out of bounds. 7:39 left to go here in the third. Tyson McCoy brings ahead for Pioneer. It is Rink, Tyson McCoy, Houston McCoy out there for Pioneer, Lee and Harrison. Rink has it top of the key. That's stolen away, racing the other direction. Here comes Klein for the Hornets, up off the glass, rattles around and home. Klein with his first points of the game, and it is 16 for Saline and Pioneer 15. Tyson McCoy, top of the key. Now moves it over to Harrison. Harrison on the near, or Rink on the near wing. Gets it to Harrison. Harrison coming down the baseline. Harrison underneath. And up, and that is going to be a foul. Foul is going to be on Klein. That is going to be Klein's first foul.
Is Harrison at the line?
Harrison to the line, shooting two. Opportunity to give Pioneer a 1 point lead. Harrison puts up the first shot off the back of the rim, falls away. Harrison with one more shot coming. Opportunity to tie the game at 16 for Pioneer. Harrison has 3 points, all free throws. Spins the ball, bends the knees, puts it up, and puts it in. Nothing but net there. 4 points for Harrison. We're knotted up at 16 apiece. Saline brings ahead Keys over to Carr. Carr on the near wing down into the baseline. Carr flips that back over to the far wing to Klein. Klein skies it over to Carr underneath the basket. Carr puts up a fadeaway jumper and pulled down. Here comes Harrison the other direction for Pioneer. Harrison at the free throw line, drives down the far side of the paint. Off glass, off the rim, down on the near side, quickly the other direction. Saline, Carr moves it over to Klein down the far side of the paint. That put up, rolls off the rim, off to the far side. Whistle underneath. 6:36 left to go here in this, the third. Harrison picks up his second foul. One foul on Pioneer, one foul on Saline. Klein to inbound, baseline left. Klein skies it all the way back to Carr on the far sideline. Carr, it's that on the baseline, blocked as Klein came down the baseline, blocked by Lee, out of bounds. That will stay Hornet ball. Knotted up at 16 apiece. 6:31 left to go here in the third. Klein inbounds in the far corner for Van Haften. Van Haften gets it for three. That off the rim as Harrison with the rebound. Over to Tyson McCoy for Pioneer. Tyson McCoy gets it underneath to Al Kakani with the finger roll up and in. Al Kakani with 2 points, and it's Pioneer 18, Saline 16. 6:11 left to go here in the third. Pioneer up by 2. Card down on the near sideline, full court pressure by Pioneer as they get it underneath to Harris, up off the glass, wouldn't go, out of bounds, Pioneer ball, 5:59 left to go here in the third. Al Kakani to inbound for Pioneer as here comes Tyson McCoy. 5:55 left to go here in the third, 18-16, Pioneer up by 2. Tyson McCoy. Now over to Harrison on the far sideline. Harrison comes down to the baseline, puts it up and puts it in. Harrison with 6 points. It's now 20-16. Pioneer with a 4-point lead as the Hornets bring it ahead. Coming down the far sideline is Carr. Carr to the far side of the paint. Collision, and that will be a whistle. That is going to be a foul on Lee, his second foul. Carr to the line, shooting 2 with 5:30 left to go here in the third. Carr bends the knees, puts it up, and off the front of the rim One more shot coming. Carr trying to cut it down to a 3-point lead by Pioneer with 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the third. Carr dribbles, bends the knees, puts it up, and rattles it home. As Carr has 6 points, as that's tied with Harrison to lead all scorers. Tyson McCoy brings it for Pioneer. Pioneer up by 3. Tyson McCoy on the far wing. Bounce pass, gets it over to Houston McCoy underneath, up off the glass and in. Houston McCoy with 6 points, Pioneer 22, and Saline 14, 5:13 left to go. Quickly ahead, Carr has it for the Hornets, gets it over to Keys on the far side of the paint. That up and in as Keys now has 6 points. That went up off a glass. Here comes Tyson McCoy the other direction for Pioneer. Pioneer up 22-19. As Tyson McCoy has it, top of the key. And moves it over to Houston McCoy. Houston McCoy back to Al Kakani on the near wing. Al Kakani steps back, kicks it over on the far sideline to Tyson McCoy. He gets a screen from Lee. Tyson McCoy gets it into the paint to Lee, dribbles, now kicks it back over. Al Kakani for 3, and off the rim, off the glass. As that is going to be Saline ball, 4:24 left to go here in the third. Lee picks up his 3rd foul as he takes a breather. 3 fouls on Pioneer, 1 on Saline. Carr with the ball for Saline as he brings ahead down by 3. Carr on the near wing, 4:20 left to go here in the third. Carr, as that is going to be a foul on Tyson McCoy. That is going to be 4 fouls on Pioneer, 1 on Saline. 4:16 left to go here in the third. Saline down by 3 as they'll inbound the ball on the near sideline. Klein inbounds it, gets it to Carr in the backcourt. Carr calls out the play, now goes over half court on the far sideline. Carr picks up the dribble. Tyson McCoy watching him. As that ball over, trying to bring it down, pulled away by Harrison. Harrison the other direction for Pioneer to Tyson McCoy, up, off glass and in, high off glass. That went in, 7 points for Tyson McCoy, 24-19, Pioneer with the 5-point lead. 3:50 left to go here in the third. Quickly ahead as that put up and in by Key, fed by Carr. Keys now has 8 points, and it's a 3-point lead for Pioneer, 24-21. 3:35 left to go here in the third as Harrison comes down the baseline for Pioneer. Collision with Klein. That goes out of bounds. That will stay Pioneer ball with 3:30 left to go here in the third. As Rink will inbound baseline right for Pioneer. As Klein comes off the court, gets a breather. As Harrison has it into the paint, puts it up off glass. That pulled down, fired over, coming down the far side of the paint is Van Haften. Haften puts it up and in. Van Haften with his first points of the game, as it's a 1-point game, as quickly Tyson McCoy into the paint. That blocked by Keys. 3:10 left to go here in the third. 24-23, Pioneer with the 1-point lead and the ball. Rink gets it to Tyson McCoy in the far corner. He's double teamed, that tipped out of bounds by Van Haften. So Rink to inbound on the far sideline, gets it over to Harrison. Harrison trying to dribble down that far sideline over to Tyson McCoy. Into the near corner to Houston McCoy. Into the paint. McVicker puts it up. And goes a little long. But that is going to be Hornets ball as Klein back in will inbound. Baseline right. Just under 3 minutes left to go here in the third. Pioneer up by 1, 24-23. Carr brings the ball ahead for Saline. Carr over half court. Gets it over to Keys on the far wing. Keys over to Klein on the near wing. Into the near corner for Carr. Carr underneath for Keys. Keys puts it up, that off of the near iron, coming the other direction. Here comes Tyson McCoy for Pioneer down the near side of the paint. That put up just a little long. Pulled down into the far corner. Tyson McCoy kicks it back out. That's stolen by Van Haften. Houston McCoy trying to pull it away from him. Van Haften for Saline over half court. Van Haften. Top of the key, now moves it over to Klein. Now Carr puts up a three-pointer, and he puts it in. As Carr now leading all scorers with 9 points. And it's a 2-point Saline lead, 26-24. 2:09 left to go in the third. Tyson McCoy into the paint as he ends up on the ground. That is going to be a foul. That foul is on Carr. That is Carr's third foul of the game. 4 fouls in this half on Pioneer. 3 more, and that'll put Saline in the bonus. 2 fouls on Saline. Rink, inbound, baseline left for Pioneer. Houston McCoy had it. That went out of bounds. And ball will stay Pioneer ball. Rink will inbound just in front of his own bench on the far sideline. Van Haften trying to keep him from getting inbounds. Harrison has it. Now for Pioneer, top of the key comes down and whistle. That is going to be a foul on number 4, which is Sinfuna. That is Sinfuna's first foul. 4 on Pioneer, 3 on Saline. Harrison has the ball, top of the key for Pioneer, into the paint. That blocked. Contact underneath, whistle. That'll be the 4th foul on Saline. That is going to be Harris picks up. That will be Harris's 3rd foul. As Harrison to the line, shooting 2. 1 minute 53 seconds left to go here in the third. Pioneer down by 2. Harrison with the opportunity to tie the game if he can hit both. First one is up and good. Harrison with 7 points. Trying to make it 8. Pioneer down by 1. Coming in is Mormon. For Saline, for Pioneer, it's Al Kakani out there. Houston McCoy, Harrison, Rink, and said Houston McCoy. That pulled over as coming ahead with the Gary also out there. Pulled ahead and put up, finger roll by Sufa down, up by Keys. That wouldn't go, but a whistle and a foul. That is going to be a foul on Rink. Rink picks up his first foul. 5 fouls on Pioneer. 3 fouls on Saline. Keys to the line. His opportunity, 1-point lead right now for Saline. First shot is good. That makes it a 2-point lead. Keys with an opportunity to make it 3. He has 9 points. That ties Carr with the lead for all scores. One more shot coming for Keys. Puts it up. Nothing but net on that one. Keys with 10 points to lead all scores. 28-25, 3-point lead for the Hornets. 1:40 left to go here in the third as Tyson McCoy over half court. Tyson McCoy at the far elbow. Now kicks it off over to Al Kakani. Al Kakani on that far wing. Al Kakani trying to get it over to Harrison. Harrison now in on the near wing to Al Kakani. Bounce pass over to Rink. Back to Al Kakani. Now Harrison thought about it. Double team. Trying to bounce it underneath. Pulled away by Saline as collision as Sifuna ended up on the ground. That is going to be a foul on Pioneer. As Sifuna inbounds it over to Van Haften. Van Haften bringing it ahead over half court. Van Haften. As Tyson McCoy watching him, moving it over. Bringing it ahead is Andrew Fafili. Andrew Fafili trying to pass it over on the near wing. That out of bounds. Pioneer ball is 1 minute left to go here in the third. Saline up by 3, 28-25. As Dumboya Menga in for Pioneer. He'll inbound it on the near sideline. Tyson McCoy brings it ahead. Tyson McCoy over half court. Tyson McCoy kicks it over to Al Kakani on the far sideline. Al Kakani over on the far wing to Dumboya Manga. Now Rink with it on the far wing, gets it over to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy to Al Kakani just inside of half court. He has Safuna watching him. Back over to Tyson McCoy on the far sideline. Pioneer playing for the final shot, it looks like, with 30 of the third, with 30 seconds left to go. Here in the third, Tyson McCoy loses the dribble. That ball on the paint is pulling it away as Harrison. Three-pointer by Tyson McCoy goes a little long. Pulled down as Safuna comes the other direction. Safuna puts up a finger roll, wouldn't go. Pulled down by Keys. Keys puts it up, spins it in. Keys with 12 points now to lead all scorers. And it's a 5-point lead by Saline. Tyson McCoy puts up a three-pointer as that was partially blocked by Van Haften, out of bounds, and it is the end of the third as Pioneer 25 and Saline 30. Let's play a quick message from the MHSA, and we will be right back with your fourth quarter action. You're watching Pioneer JV Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are at the end of the third, heading into the fourth quarter, 30-25. Saline with the lead. Taking a look at scores for Pioneer: 7 points for Tyson McCoy, 7 points for Harrison, 6 points for Houston McCoy, 3 points for Rink, 2 points for Al Kakani, and 2 points for McVicker. On the other side, it's Keys leading all scorers with 12 points. It's Carr with 9 points, 3 points for Safuna, 2 points for Klein, 2 points for Harris, and 2 points for Van Haften. Pioneer to inbound right in front of us on the near sideline. Rink to inbound. 8 minutes up on the clock. Pioneer down 30-25. That ball tipped, pulled away by Van Haften. Here comes Saline the other direction over half court. Van Haften down the far sideline. Flips it over to Carr. Carr, as he's on the far wing, moves it over to Klein. Klein back over to Carr. He's about 6 feet inside of half court. Carr dribbles to his left, comes top of the key. Carr picks up his dribble, then gets it back. Fires it to Keys on the far side of the paint, into the near corner. Van Haften for three. That high off the far side of the rim, out of bounds. That ball will stay. Saline ball as they'll inbound. Baseline left, 7:30 left to go. 30-25, Saline with the lead. As Klein inbounds it, bounce pass over to Carr on the far wing. Carr moves it to Keys, then gets it back. Carr puts up a finger roll, wouldn't go. Carr gets his own rebound, now dishes it over to Klein for three. Klein, it's nothing but net. Klein with 5 points. That's an 8-point lead for Saline, 33-25. Pioneer the other direction as Harrison has it on the far wing, gets it over to Tyson McCoy. Tyson McCoy fades over on the far side of the arc, gets it over to Harrison on the near wing. Harrison at the near elbow trying to get it underneath the Lee as that's pulled away by Harris. Timeout call by Saline. Saline has the ball and the 8-point lead. 6 fouls on Pioneer. 1 more foul will put Saline shooting 1-1. 4 fouls on Saline. Let's play a little push on, get Pioneer fired up, get you fired up, get everybody fired up for the remaining 6:52 of the fourth quarter. 6:52 left to go here in the fourth. Saline up by 8, largest lead of either team of the game. As Saline heads back out onto the court for Pioneer. It's McVicker, Tyson McCoy, Harrison, Rink, and Houston McCoy. Saline brings it ahead. Klein over half court. Klein dishes it off, coming down. Van Haften trying to save it as McVicker had it, but tipped away by Saline. Pioneer ball, baseline left. 6:42 left to go here in the fourth. 8-point lead by Saline. Tyson McCoy brings it over half court for Pioneer. Tyson McCoy, top of the key. Tyson McCoy working against Van Haften. Gets it over to Harrison. Harrison down the paint, puts it up high off the glass. Pulled down by McVicker. And trying to fire it back off the Rink, out of bounds. Pioneer ball. Rink will inbound right in front of his own bench on the far sideline. 6:24 left to go. 33-25. Saline with the lead as they're trying to take care of some moisture over on the right in front of the Pioneer bench. As Dumboya helping out, getting that moisture soaked up. Now Rink inbound. Carr tipped it out of bounds. That is going to, as the stanchions go down, as Van Haften collides into the stanchions, that's going to be Pioneer ball. As Rink will inbound just on the side of the scorer's bench. Or nope, sorry, right in front of his coach. And over Harrison, goes up into the paint off the bottom of the iron. That pulled away. Here comes Carr for Saline over half court. Carr races down on the near side of the paint, moves it back to Keys at the free throw line. Keys back to Carr, top of the key. Harrison watching Carr. Carr now on the far sideline, dribbles down the far sideline, hands it off to Klein. Klein, top of the key, moves it over to Van Haften on the near wing. Van Haften. She comes just inside of half court, bounce pass over to Carr, underneath the Keys. Keys puts it up high off glass, wouldn't go, gets it again, puts it in, nothing but net for Keys. Keys continues to lead the way for all scorers with 14 points, and it's now a 10-point Saline lead. Tyson McCoy over to Houston McCoy on the near wing for Pioneer. Rink has it just off of center to the near side. There is a whistle as there was a pulling of the jersey underneath. As Klein picks up his second foul. 6 fouls on Pioneer, 5 on Saline in this half. 5:37 left to go here in the fourth. Saline by 10. Rinked inbound, baseline right, skies it all the way out, tipped away. Tyson McCoy gets it in the backcourt as Van Haften tipped it away. Tyson McCoy thought about the three-pointer, gets over to Dumboya. Now Houston McCoy at the free throw line, back over Tyson McCoy. Comes over on the far wing, over on the far sideline to Rink. Rink over to Tyson McCoy, right in front of his own bench. Tyson McCoy has a screen from Houston McCoy. Now on the near elbow, Tyson McCoy gets it to Rink. Rink just off of center, puts it up and puts in a three-pointer. Rink with 6 points, and it's back to a 7-point lead for Saline, 35-28. Klein brings it ahead for Saline over half court. As watching him is Rink. Bounce pass over on the far wing, trying to come down. Van Haften puts it up. Van Haften puts it in. He has 4 points as it is 37-28, 9-point lead. Stolen away by Carr, who puts it up and in. Carr now with 11 points, and it's an 11-point lead for Saline. Tyson McCoy to the near elbow. Now on the near wing, over to Rink. 39-28. As a whistle that is going to go over to Saline as Dumboya. Manga picks up his first foul of the game. That is 7 fouls now on Pioneer, 5 on Saline. Saline with the 11-point lead as Van Haften comes down, gets it underneath, that put up by Harris. Wouldn't go, but a foul called underneath the basket. That is going to result in free throws. He was in the act of shooting. Rink picks up his second foul. Harris should be shooting too, as he was in the act of shooting when fouled. First shot up by Harris. Rattles off the front, the back of the rim, and in. Harris with his 3rd point of the game, trying to make it 4. 12-point lead by Saline. They have the opportunity to make it a 13-point lead now with 4:09 left to go. Next shot up by Harris. Wouldn't go. Off the rim, off the glass, off the rim. Coming down. Here comes Harrison over half court for Pioneer. Pioneer down by 12. Saline 40, Pioneer 28. Tyson McCoy gets it to Rink. Rink for three, and he hits it. Rink with his third three-pointer. He has 9 points, and it's now a 9-point lead by Saline, 40-31. Keys has it on the far sideline. Dishes it back to Van Haften. Van Haften just inside of half court. Tyson McCoy watching him. Van Haften for Saline comes down, moves it over. Klein for three from the near corner. Klein answers back with a three. He now has 8. That gets it back to a 12-point lead by Saline, 43-31. Rink to inbound, baseline left. Rink gets it over to Harrison, bringing ahead for Pioneer. Pioneer down by 12, 3:28 left to go. Harrison on the near wing over to Al Kakani on the near sideline. Al Kakani working against Van Haften. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Harrison. Harrison comes top of the key to the free throw line. Bounce pass over to Al Kakani. Now over to Houston McCoy, stolen away by Carr. Carr has it for Saline. Saline with the ball and the 12-point lead. Carr down the far sideline. Al Kakani watching him. 3 minutes left to go here in the fourth. As Klein has the ball on the near sideline, trying to get it underneath the Keys. Keys that flipped over, tipped away, but pulled down by Van Haften. Now Harris comes on the far wing. Gets it back to Carr. Carr into the far corner for Van Haften. Van Haften skies it for Klein as he's about 5 feet off the arc. Klein just inside of half court, comes on the near wing. Klein into the paint, puts it up off glass and in. Klein now has 10 points, and it's 45-31, 14-point lead for Saline. Pioneer with the ball. Harrison puts it up, off the glass, off the rim, fall away. 2:20 left to go here in the fourth. Saline with the ball and the lead. Over half court, Klein has it. Klein about 5 feet off of the top of the key. Klein at the far elbow. Gets it underneath the Keys, off the glass. Wouldn't go. Al Kakani with the rebound for Pioneer. Over half court. Al Kakani trying to make his way to the paint. Moves it back to Harrison for Pioneer. Now Houston McCoy over into the far corner for Rink. Rink has it tipped away but gets it back. Back to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Houston McCoy to the near elbow. Moves it out. Kakani for three. And off the back of the rim. Pulled down by Keys. 45-31. Saline with the lead. 1:40 left to go here in the fourth. Van Haften over half court for Saline. He kicks it back over to Carr. Carr on the near wing. Carr now at the near elbow. Flips it over on the far sideline to Klein. Klein has Rink watching him. Klein comes top of the key. Now comes down the near side of the paint. Dishes it off underneath. Stolen away by Houston McCoy. Here comes Al Kakani. Al Kakani over to Houston McCoy. Finger roll. Off the rim. Wouldn't go. Houston McCoy with the rebound. That blocked by Carr. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Carr bringing ahead for Saline as they have the 14-point lead. That dished off to Harris on the near wing. Harris being watched by Dumboya Manga. Now Klein has it on the near sideline. Al Kakani watching him. Carr gets it just inside of half court. Under a minute left to go. 50 seconds and counting here in the fourth. 14-point lead. 45-31 by Saline. Van Haften inside of half court. Again, no shot clock in Michigan high school basketball. Keys gets it underneath the basket. Puts it up. Wouldn't go. Gets his own rebound. Puts it in. Keys with 16 points. 30 seconds left to go here in the fourth. 47-31. Quickly ahead. Dumboya Manga has that blocked and knocked out of bounds by Keys. 47-31. That's a 16-point lead by Saline. Pioneers ball as they'll inbound baseline right with 26.8 seconds left to go. As now Angelo Fafili in, as well as Safuna. Burlingame for Saline as Saline empties the bench. And over on the near wing, trying to work his way. Gary has it. 18 seconds left to go. Al Kakani over to Houston McCoy on the far wing. Houston McCoy puts it up from the far elbow. Off glass, wouldn't go. Rebound put up by McVicker, who puts it in. McVicker has 4 points, as it is a 14-point lead by Saline. As collision on the far sideline with 0.3 seconds left to go. Houston McCoy picks up his second foul, as that is going to put Saline to the line shooting free throws. Should be 1-1 as 9 fouls on Pioneer, so Saline in the bonus. So Andrew Fafili will be shooting 1-1, gets the ball. Again, 0.3 seconds left to go. Andrew Fafili puts it up, then rims out. And that is the end of the game, as it is Saline 47 and Pioneer 33 for my camera person, Christina Wiseman. My name is Mark Wiseman. We'll be right back with varsity action between these two teams. Thank you and have a wonderful night.